Remember when international trade was this boring thing nobody cared about? Yeah, those were the days. Fast forward to 2025 and Trumponomics is making a huge comeback. That means big, bold tariffs are back on the menu, folks. The US is slapping taxes on imports, and the whole world is scrambling to figure out what it all means. For South African farmers, it's especially important to pay attention because this trade war could have a big impact on their livelihoods. So, what exactly are these new tariffs? In April 2025, the US government imposed a whopping 30% tax on a bunch of South African goods. We're talking about things like citrus fruits, that delicious South African wine you love, and even nuts. That means for every $100 worth of those products entering the US, an extra $30 goes straight to the US government. Not exactly great news for South African farmers trying to sell their goods overseas. These tariffs are hitting South African farmers where it hurts, their wallets. The agricultural sector, which is a significant part of the country's economy, is feeling the strain. Farmers are struggling to make ends meet as their profit margins shrink. The cost of production remains high, but the returns are dwindling. Take citrus fruits, for example. Citrus is one of South Africa's major exports, and the industry supports thousands of jobs. The fruits are known for their quality and are in high demand globally. In 2024, South Africa exported a massive $8 billion worth of citrus to the US. This trade has been a lifeline for many farmers, providing them with a stable income and helping to sustain rural communities. But with these new tariffs, those exports are in serious jeopardy. The increased costs make South African citrus less competitive in the US market, threatening the livelihoods of those who depend on this trade. South African citrus growers are now facing stiff competition from countries like Peru and Chile, who get to enjoy lower tariffs thanks to their cozy trade deals with the US. This puts South African farmers at a significant disadvantage. It's a tough spot to be in, and many South African farmers are worried about losing their key markets. The future looks uncertain, and without intervention, the impact on the agricultural sector could be devastating. Okay, so the news hasn't been great so far. Farmers are worried, and it's easy to see why. The tariffs have created a lot of uncertainty and stress in the agricultural sector. But before you start stockpiling canned goods in your bunker, hold on a second. There's more to the story than just doom and gloom. These tariffs are actually creating some unexpected opportunities for South African businesses. Yes, you heard that right. While some doors are closing, others are opening. Remember how the US slapped tariffs on Canadian goods too? This has created a ripple effect in the market. Well, that's opened the door for South African winemakers to swoop in and steal some market share in Canada. Canadian consumers are now exploring new options, and South African wines are gaining popularity. And with China slapping retaliatory tariffs on US soybeans, South Africa is well positioned to sell them more soybeans. This shift is providing a significant boost to South African soybean farmers. It's a classic case of one man's trash is another man's treasure. What seems like a setback for some is turning into a golden opportunity for others. So what's the takeaway for South African farmers? First, don't panic. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the challenges, but remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Yes, these tariffs are a challenge, but they're not insurmountable. With the right strategies and a proactive approach, you can navigate these rough waters. Here's a few things South African farmers can do to adapt and even thrive in this new environment. Go global, but not just to America. The global market is vast and full of potential. It's time to diversify those export markets. Look beyond traditional markets and explore new territories. Start exploring opportunities in places like China, Canada, and other countries that aren't caught up in this trade war. Each market has its own unique demands and opportunities. Become a trade wizard. Understanding the intricacies of international trade is crucial. Trade policies are constantly changing thanks Trumponomics. Stay updated with the latest developments and adjust your strategies accordingly. South African farmers need to stay informed about these changes and adapt their strategies accordingly. Networking with other farmers and trade experts can provide valuable insights. Get your logistics game on. Efficient logistics can make a huge difference in your profitability. Time to streamline those export processes and make them more efficient. Invest in technology and infrastructure that can speed up your supply chain. The faster and cheaper you can get your products to market, the better. This not only reduces costs but also ensures fresher products for your customers. Don't just sell products, sell an experience. In today's market, consumers are looking for more than just products. Find ways to add value to your products. This could mean offering organic options, unique product lines, or even farm tours. Maybe that means focusing on organic farming, developing unique product lines, or creating a strong brand identity. A strong brand can differentiate you in a crowded market. Whatever it is, make sure you're offering something special that sets you apart from the competition. Innovation and creativity are your best allies. The world of international trade just got a whole lot more interesting and a whole lot more volatile. But with the right approach, you can turn these challenges into opportunities by staying informed, being adaptable, and maybe developing a taste for Canadian maple syrup. South African farmers can weather this storm and come out stronger on the other side. The future is bright for those who are prepared to seize it.